It's the Morning Blitz.
Hooked into everything. Trusted to run it all. They say it got smart.
The Morning Blitz.
With Kelly, Thick, and Lewis.
Every time I go to the dentist, I keep forgetting. They're always like, sir, you don't need to take your clothes off for this.
Oh, oops.
Sorry.
You gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing.
I'm just trying to help you wake up, man.
We've got a lot to do today.
It's Kelly, Thick, and Lewis.
Listen to them.
Listen to them.
I've never heard of anything like this.
Your Morning Blitz begins now.
Well, alrighty then. 6:05 on a Monday. Feels like it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Feels like the world changed since we were last here.
No doubt.
Did you guys feel like it was the first day of school and kind of wake up excited, or were you like, damn?
I couldn't sleep because it was just the impending alarm at 3:05 a.m. I kept thinking, there's no way. Like, I'm going to be so tired. And then I'm like, what if I oversleep? And the anxiety of it all. I was just up.
I just find that funny. Your alarm goes off at 3:05. Why is it 3:05?
Because it is like the last possible minute before I would arrive here later than I want.
Mine goes off at 3:10.
3:10?
Yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah, 3:05.
I'm like, I can go 10 more minutes. I just get up at 3 and I'm like, I can get 10 more minutes.
I got up at 2:58 today. I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't lay here awake.
Oh, my gosh.
When does your alarm go off there, Lewis?
2:55.
Oh, you're a liar. You are a liar.
5.
No way.
No.
You're coming here from Dayton.
No.
Chad texts in, says, welcome back, guys. Nice to have you back in our daily lives again. Nice to be back in your life, Chad. Thank you. Christy said, about time you guys are back. I agree. And Mike Funk said, good morning, all. Welcome back. Like the new opener. Kelly rolled her eyes when the Hawk Tua girl appeared in the open.
Oh, my gosh. I feel like that is so, like, people are so, you know how, okay, you know the whole rubber band effect? When everybody's going one way on something, and then all of a sudden it snaps back hard. Sure. Well, we've had a massive snapback on that girl, so...
I know, but not me. I printed out a
over.
glossy of her. It's on my wall at home.
We keep getting new stuff from her, though.
It's over.
No, listen.
You gotta give him that hawk.
Yeah. I think you're the only one doing this.
This is a girl, by the way.
Yeah, I'm good. I've had plenty. I've had more than enough of her. But that's okay. You guys go have fun. Have fun. I'm not gonna crap on you. Go ahead and have fun.
You're gonna love this. She made a video over the weekend. She posted on her social media.
I don't care.
No,
I
you
really
will.
don't care.
No, trust me. Listen. Just hear me out. She said, I know I've only got 15 minutes of fame, so while I still have it, I want to use it to do some good. She took she took a chunk of the money she has made off of this, and she bought a ton of pet food, took it to the local animal shelter, made videos with dogs and cats, and said, everybody get down here and adopt one of these till they're all gone. I want you. And so I thought that was cool. And,
or you could just do it, in private, like most people who do good in the world. Go put your money in there.
But she wanted to capitalize on her last...
Yeah, that's right, and make some more money off the video she made off...
Okay.
Doing a good thing.
If you knew you only had 15 minutes of fame and only had a finite amount of time to make an obscene amount of money, wouldn't you capitalize on that?
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess so.
I would hawk Tua until I couldn't hawk Tua anymore.
I feel like it's such a weird thing to be famous for, like an embarrassing thing to be famous for, when you're drunk and give some kind of a weird interview to somebody. Like, it's embarrassing. And rather than be embarrassed, it's like... I don't know. I guess I would have responded differently. I would be in hiding if that's what I did when I was drunk. How embarrassing.
But she's owning it.
But also, it's weird that we're talking about her and not the actual important things going on right now, like former President Trump.
If we talk about the important things that are going on right now, it's just going to piss me off.
Oh, we have to talk about it. We can't not talk about it.
This is historic.
It's something. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, anybody see anything interesting over the weekend?
That was so horrifying.
Oh,
how about Inside Out 2, man? It is just cleaning up at the box
Inside
office.
Out 2?
I will say I couldn't believe what happened in my own neighborhood last week with
that is insane.
Matthew Pancake, the gerbil bandit. And I have a lot to say about that a lot of people don't know. I am actually connected to this person from a distance, but Oh, wait till you hear this story. It's incredible. Not the story you know about the Petland and all of that, but how it's connected to me and my next door neighbors. This is crazy. So we'll talk about that coming up in the 7 o'clock hour for sure.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Lewis and I went fishing.
And
It was hot.
Let's talk about that coming up.
It was very hot.
A lot went down on the lake.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know where I don't know, maybe he was with somebody else. I don't know. Because I didn't see a lot going down. But Lewis has a picture with a fish. You got to post that up this morning.
I do. Kelly, it was an intense day on the lake.
Was it?
Yeah, there's some stuff that I didn't think was going to happen on a fishing trip that happened.
He caught the biggest bass. That's what he's talking about.
Nice. Wow, is it beginner's luck, or are you a bass fisherman in secret that we didn't know about?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the kid probably developed some skills while he was out there on the boat. It's highly possible.
All right, well, we'll talk about that coming up after Morning Blitz Trivia. We've also got tickets to see Avatar this morning.
Yeah. I heard the locals throwing around the word generational talent, but again, I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't speak to that.
Oh, my gosh. This guy. We had a good time. Avatar tickets, also Ohio State Fair tickets. Got 4 packs for the fair. We'll give those away coming up just after 8 o'clock. The Avatar tickets just after 7 o'clock. So, are we ready for Morning Blitz Trivia?
Yes, throw it up on us.
$25 to Waterbeds and Stuff if you're the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. See if anybody can get this. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York released the list of the most lucrative college majors. What is the most lucrative college major you can get into right now? Tell us at 99700. Be first, get that gift card.
624 on your Morning Blitz. That's Tool. It's Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Good morning. Happy Monday, if such a thing exists.
Today is St. Swithin's Day.
Saint what?
St. Swithin's Day. It is...
Love that dude.
Apparently, the lore is that whatever the weather is on St. Swithin's Day, it will continue on for the next 40 days and 40 nights.
Oh. So
That's
96 today, right?
96 for the next 40 days. Now, that is just lore.
Well, this forecast is very wrong then. Because it's going to be down to 80 like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Still
But
time.
yeah, it's going to be hot today.
Still time to adjust.
It's also National Be a Dork Day.
No.
As Lewis calls.
How dare you crap on St. Swithin?
Lewis
but go on.
calls that Monday.
Right. Exactly. You know what? I slept wrong yesterday. I got a crick in my neck that will not go away. Every time I turn my head, I'm like, oh, it's there.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah. Anyway.
Kelly, go there and give him a massage.
Oh, my gosh. Are you nuts? What is wrong with you even saying
Now,
that?
let's not make it out like it's that bad. My God.
That's the weirdest thing to say to a female, the only female in the room.
Is the weird thing to say to the female,
Good
but let's
night.
not make it out like, oh my God.
No offense. No offense.
Treat me like I'm the pancake bandit over here. Not touching that.
Oh, he's a gerbil bandit, not the pancake bandit.
Whatever.
He didn't steal pancakes.
Give him time.
All right, Morning Blitz trivia question. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York released data with the list of the most lucrative college majors. What was number one?
Radio broadcaster.
He said
Didn't he?
lucrative.
That didn't make the top 100.
Shocker. For what? The 100th year in a row?
As I always tell you guys, though, the best thing to get into, whatever kind, it doesn't matter, but get into some sort of engineering. And computer engineering was number one.
You know it all, but you didn't go into engineering. Why?
Because I was stupid and went into radio. But I got my son to go into computer science. So, but entry level job out of college, $80,000 a year.
Wow.
So
Very nice.
And Chuck Bolt knew that down in Chillicothe, so he gets the $25 to Waterbeds and stuff. But seriously. Computer engineering 1, chemical engineering, computer science, aerospace engineering, electrical engineering, industrial engineering, mechanical engineering, then a tie at number 8, general engineering and miscellaneous engineering.
Okay, could you tell me the first entry where you don't have to be great at math? What's
Right?
that first entry?
Right? Can we get one of those?
I don't know. I suppose you got to be probably good at math for all engineering, right?
Yes.
When you say
I would say.
Finance is the same at number 10, so you can't. That's not going to do you any good.
So those of us creative types, well, I'm not exactly creative either, so I'm kind of screwed on both ends. But
there was a 4-way tie from 11 to 14 between civil engineering, economics, business analytics, and mathematics. So
Son of a
top
gun.
15 are all math.
Oh, study hard in your math classes, kids.
15 and 16 was a tie between construction services and pharmacy.
Okay, construction services. I believe that's the first one.
Construction requires some numbers.
Yeah.
Well, you're right about that.
How about pharmacy?
I mean, you got to be able to dose out some people.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
you better be able to calculate things pretty accurately as a pharmacist.
What about street pharmacy? How
You
lucrative
still
is
got to
that?
know half ounce.
Right. I mean, you got some math involved there.
Yeah, but you have a scale, right?
If
You
you're
don't
a
have to really know. You just
If
read
you're
the
a
number.
street pharmacy, do you just go close enough?
Well, okay, so on the flip side, the lowest wages out of college, theology, religion, performing arts, liberal arts, leisure and hospitality, treatment therapy.
Wait, I would really like to have majored in leisure.
Leisure,
Exactly.
social services, psychology, nutrition, fine arts, elementary education.
So there's where all the non-math careers are, at the bottom of the list.
Criminal justice, shot at all the time for $65K a year if you're lucky.
If it says engineering in the major, take it.
Good morning, 6:37 on the Morning Blitz. Thick, Kelly, Lewis. Back at it on a Monday.
Well, I need to hear some fishing trip stories from you guys. I've been waiting all morning.
So,
I've been waiting for 37 minutes.
all right, just another day on the lake.
Maybe in his world. So we're out there on the boat.
You like the boat?
Boat's nice. Kelly, I got to tell you, all of a sudden, there were some bad hombres out on the lake. I don't know what they were doing. I think they were trying to get some illegal stuff in the city. And, they were packing heat. And all of a sudden, Rick out of nowhere.
Sketcher man.
Not on my lake. Random gunfire broke out. He caught him. And then said, I'm like, what are we going to do? Are we going to turn him in? He's like, no. I want him to tell all their friends about me. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I didn't know it was even like that out at Alum Creek, but,
Yeah, then we stopped terrorists from blowing up the dam.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I did feel bad for the family that we rolled up on their pontoon and pretended to do a drug bust to. Look, we didn't find any heroin, but I'm taking that bag of Fritos.
You did not share any of your drugs with me on the boat that you were obviously taking.
I didn't realize that bass boat was packing that much heat.
Jeez. But I felt bad after we fished because we didn't catch a lot, like anything big. We caught several fish, but just like, did you post a picture yet?
No.
Oh, you got to post a picture because Lewis caught the biggest smallmouth bass.
How big was it?
I don't know. They say
pushing 2 pounds.
They say it was the biggest that ever came off of
God,
Alum
it won't
Creek.
stop.
I mean, I don't write that narrative.
I tell you what, you cannot get a straight answer out
I
of this
don't
guy.
know.
Not ever.
What
It's
is
like
the
it always
deal?
is some long and involved made-up story before I can actually get the story.
It's not made up.
Are you done? What did you tell me? It was 2 pounds?
We fought drug runners on Alum Creek.
Where were they running
made up.
drugs from? The
don't
gorgeous
know.
neighborhoods surrounding Alum Creek Lake?
Maybe
Is
you
that
never
where
you never know what happens behind closed doors.
Yeah, did they kayak down the actual creek channel to get to the lake?
Maybe. No, I was. Rick was upset. I was happy. You know what? Truthfully, full disclosure, I caught 2 more fish than I thought I was going to catch.
I did not. He didn't think he'd catch a fish.
Nice. What did you use for bait?
Crawdads.
Crawdads.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some crawdads.
Did you bait your own hook?
He did not.
He never asked me to.
I didn't.
Oh,
I
you just did it
would've.
for him.
I
That's
just
nice.
kept doing it because I didn't know if
Yeah,
he.
I would've.
There's a special way you have to do it so that they'll stay alive.
Yeah, I would have had you do it too.
So I
don't-
just did it.
Yeah. Okay.
No
that's
big-
good.
I didn't mind it
You're
all.
the pro.
I didn't mind.
What time did you guys get out there?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
We were on the
6
water.
a.m.
Yeah.
Wow. And when were the fish caught during the day? Were the early
it was
hours?
just like
I caught the first one pretty early on.
yeah, but we caught. It was like here and then you caught your second one much later.
Later, like we were almost
You know.
done when I caught the second one.
Problem was the water was 83 degrees. I mean, it's bath water.
Wow.
I mean, so the fish just aren't active right now. I took my son and Tessa to Indian Lake on Saturday. We caught 3. It was tough, man. It's just tough fishing right now.
Now, when you're fishing, do you guys actually get in the water ever?
I felt like getting in.
If it's really hot. But it's not like you're going to cool off in 83 degree.
It feels good, though.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you, though, how scientifically involved with fishing this guy is? Like, I was impressed. I mean, we had the GPS out. No, and he's over here. And I was thoroughly impressed. I am not. This might come across like I'm making fun of Rick. By no stretch of the imagination am I making fun of him. I was impressed. Dude had like the iPad set up, going, this is the thickness of the water here. This is how deep we are here. This is where the fish is. We can get over here. I've got spots on this lake marked.
Showed me pictures.
Where the fish showed me pictures. This is where the subdivision used to be. It's now submerged, but you can still see the foundation of the houses there. And let me tell you something. That is a bass paradise. They love being there because it's a quick drop.
Wow.
Like, I was thoroughly impressed.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Like, without a doubt. Like, hands down. Like, I was confident that my guy here is more fisherman inclined than anybody else on this lake right now.
Yeah.
Like, his stuff was legit.
That's cool. What'd you think of the boat? Pretty sweet?
It was a good boat.
I've only seen a picture of it. But
it was fun. It was a good boat. No complaints about the boat.
Tell me what was on the menu.
I knew it. This is where the disappointment's going to come.
Oh, we didn't eat anything.
You didn't eat a single thing?
I don't think we did.
On the
No,
lake?
we ate before we
Oh,
went.
yeah, I got an Egg McMuffin on the way in, but I mean, when it comes to being on the boat, I don't think we
No time to
ate.
eat?
We didn't eat anything, did no? We
You
didn't
had
eat
no
anything.
snacks?
He brought a couple things, but I don't think you ever
I
ate
didn't even
them.
touch them. Yeah, we didn't eat. I didn't have a single snack. I had we had water and I had a tea and water, but that's it.
Laser focus on fishing.
That's
Kelly.
wild. I cannot do activities with you two. You've just let me know that. I'm telling you, like, if Charlie and I go on the slightest road trip, I am into those road snacks within 5 minutes. Like, I need snacks. And you guys, you didn't eat a thing on the boat.
No.
Wow.
You know what? I didn't even get hungry, to be honest with you.
Well,
Were
we
you
just
trying to
ate.
not have to, like, whiz and stuff over the side of the boat in front of each other? Were you
Did
trying
you
to,
ever
like,
go off the boat while we were
I
out
went
there?
no, I waited until we hit dock, and then I went.
Oh.
look at you guys controlling those bodily functions.
I mean, it just,
You're probably sweating it all out because you were so hot.
By the way, another guy got caught cheating.
Oh, fishing in
yeah,
the
this
tournament?
time it was bass, and he did the same thing. He stuck. This is, crazy. 2.5 pounds worth of lead weights he shoved in this bass's mouth. And this was in Louisiana.
Okay, do the things still have to be alive when they're weighed?
Well, I don't know about
you're basically
this.
torturing a fish so you can win a tournament?
Yeah, I don't know about this contest. This was the Big Bass Splash Tournament on Toledo Bend in Louisiana. And it was $100,000 to whoever caught the biggest bass. $100,000. And all you had to do was catch one fish. And it had to be the biggest of everybody in this tournament. So he took this big, beautiful bass and stuffed an extra 2.5 pounds worth of lead weights in it. And as soon as they realized what he did, this guy took off in his truck, man, gone. They did eventually catch him. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Whoa.
I didn't do that. My fish was natural.
Our fish were all released alive with no...
Didn't stuff anything anywhere.
You didn't come home with a fish in your pants?
Nope.
Okay.
Did not.
On another note, though, that just reminded me, I was driving down Riverside Drive. I crossed over the river there at Griggs Reservoir and was headed north on Riverside, and they detoured me off because all these emergency vehicles were blocking the road, Riverside Drive. Turns out a guy was fishing on the river down there and found on his, electronics are so advanced now, found a car on the bottom of the river, in the river. And so all these emergency vehicles came down and divers came down and they pulled this thing out, and it was like 40 years old. It had been
It was
down
like a
in.
Plymouth. Some
Yes.
kind of Plymouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why did he call it? He just ruined a great place to fish. Like a home wrecker down there. Took that fish house away.
Well, I mean, if there's
Bastard.
a vehicle down there, it's a large chance that there might be some human
I know.
remains in it.
Clay corrected me. It's a fish finder, not a GPS. Sorry, Clay.
There's both.
Is there?
Yeah, it's got both.
And Goose.
Yeah, Clay.
Goose, we went fishing. We didn't go camping, herding goat in the mountains.
What? Why did you say that?
Like, are you having a hard time quitting thick now? No, we went fishing, not camping.
We'll do that next weekend.
Black Veil Brides. 6:49. It's the Morning Blitz with Thick, Kelly. I'm Lewis.
You ever let people see that picture?
I posted it.
Oh, you did? You got it up on the Blitz Facebook page?
Yeah.
There's Lewis's big old bass.
They say it's one of the biggest that ever came out of Alum Creek.
No, not even close.
After he stuffed it with weights, it was.
Right. Look, I'm just going by what they say. I'm not writing the narrative.
All right, so my wife had a question.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh.
And, well, you know, when you got to my house at 5 a.m., was it Tuesday we went, right?
Yeah. Did she want to know why I was fishing in all spandex?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, what did you guys wear? Shorts?
Shorts and a t-shirt.
Speedo?
Did anybody ever pop off their shirt during the... It was hot out. I was wondering if you guys felt comfortable enough around each other to
You
just
got
pop
burnt.
that shirt off.
I got sunburnt.
He did.
Did you?
And it was cloudy as
Yeah,
hell.
it was super cloudy. I
and
got
he
sunburnt.
still got burnt.
Hey, look at that. What a picture.
Yeah.
That's a nice size fish.
Huge, isn't it? I could barely hold it.
That's true. He had the second one he caught. He was trying to hold that, and it wasn't having it. It didn't want anything to do with it. Lewis kept jumping out of his hand. He kept trying, and this thing was just all over the place. I'm just like, let it go.
Yeah. What's your wife's question?
All right. So when you got there at 5 a.m., you had driven from Dayton. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I figured you were probably going to want to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you used the bathroom, and then we went.
Yeah.
And so we got back, and then you left. You had because you were worried. You needed to get out of there quick because you were having some issues with your Jeep,
yeah.
the clutch and stuff.
Slave cylinder.
But she said, "Hey, did Lewis use the bathroom this morning?" And I said, "Yeah. Why?" She goes, "Does he always leave the toilet seat up when he's done?" So I wanted to ask.
Call Lauren right now.
I know.
Live on the air.
I get yelled at. No, I will call myself. I do. I will get yelled at for this at home and everything else. So yes, I do leave.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
You know what happens when you flush the toilet?
What?
I mean, other than the obvious.
Yeah.
So a plume rises out of the toilet,
Yeah, I got
and
it.
particles settle all
So you guys
around
are
your bathroom.
you guys are brushing your teeth now with Lewis's particles.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, they dissipated by now. This is almost a week ago.
Well, they're already.
Well, they weren't on
in there.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Once that teeth, they brush those teeth with those particles, and they're all over their
Oh,
teeth
Heather,
now.
all our toothbrushes in that bathroom, she'd throw them in the trash immediately.
Not true.
That was rude of me, and I apologize. I didn't. You know what? I just force a habit. I'm lazy.
What? Too lazy to just put a toilet seat down? Really?
Yeah,
You know,
clearly.
people always say, well, why don't we just leave the toilet seats up, and then if the woman needs to use it, she can just put it down. But if you think about it, 50% of your bathroom, let's just say you split number 1 and number 2, 50-50. 50% of your time is you needing the seat down as well. So let's just all leave the seat down, I guess.
Is the seat supposed to be down or up?
down.
Down.
And lid down.
I never understood the people who leave it up and they have a dog that's tall
My
enough.
dog does try to get
Does he?
into the toilet. That's why we have our lids down. I wouldn't normally have my lid down. I don't
really?
care about I don't care about plumes. Don't care about it. There's no lids on our bathroom, on our work bathroom toilets.
But my toothbrush is not in that bathroom, is it?
No, but I mean, you got plumes,
I
right?
know.
Okay. Sorry, I just, it was early in the morning. On my day off. I was tired.
But you do it all the time, so that's not an excuse.
It doesn't
point.
really bother me, honestly.
Fair point.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
Of course, it wasn't my toothbrush involved, so
mine either.
it doesn't bother me that your plumes soaked Thick Rick's toothbrush.
Oh, this is just gross.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Following a harrowing weekend that saw an attempt on his life, former President Trump is now in Milwaukee ahead of the Republican National Convention. Yesterday morning on Truth Social, Trump said he planned to arrive a couple days late, but later announced he'd changed his mind. Trump said he cannot allow a shooter or potential assassin to force a change in his schedule or anything else. The FBI says investigators are still trying to figure out the motive behind the attempted assassination of Trump at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, over the weekend. And they have not yet identified any ideology that may have fueled the gunman, identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. Seconds after opening fire from a rooftop just outside the rally Saturday evening using an AR-style rifle that was legally purchased by his father, he was fatally shot by Secret Service. Investigators say they believe he acted alone, but no final conclusions have been made. At the White House, President Biden pledged that every measure would be taken to get to the bottom of the attack, and he urged the public to give the FBI time to properly investigate before reaching conclusions. There are significant questions about what security lapses would allow a 20-year-old dressed in camouflage and carrying a rifle to be able to climb a ladder up the side of a nearby business unimpeded and open fire on Trump from a platform less than 500 feet from the former president.
That's bizarre.
Now, the man killed Saturday during the assassination attempt on Trump died protecting his family. Authorities say 50-year-old Corey Comparator dove on top of his family. He was killed. Comparator was a volunteer firefighter, an active and beloved member of his church and his community. He leaves behind a wife and 2 daughters. Pennsylvania's governor has ordered flags at half-staff in honor of Comparator. 2 others in attendance, 57-year-old David Dutch and 74-year-old James Copenhaver, were also shot. They are both now listed in stable condition. I know there are a ton of other details and things that have gone on all weekend long, which, well, sort of spread out through the morning, but that was an unbelievable scene on Saturday evening.
In shock.
It was shocking.
Yeah, and, I'm all, one of the things I've complained about for the past several years is how divided we are, how much I hate how divided the country is. And so I love the calls for unity from everybody. But tell that to the internet, man, because they are not about it. Yeah. The internet is out of its mind. Social, I just cannot with social media, man. I mean, 10 minutes after it happened, everybody on the left saying this is staged AF, this is so staged. You can, and all of a sudden everybody was an expert on Secret Service agent procedures. Telling, well, look what they did here, and blah 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 blah. And when they stood him up, and why would you stand him up? And when there's a shooter, well, they told him that the shooter was down. So but and again, there's an investigation going on. But then once you found out there was a shooter who was killed and an attendee who was killed, all of a sudden those people were deleting their posts,
Right.
And then it was the right claiming that, they were out to get Trump, and then you find out that the shooter's Republican, so then the left are blasting the right on that. And I'm like, you guys are just nuts, man.
Well, the shooter was a registered Republican. He did donate in 2021 to a progressive group.
Yeah, to a Democratic group.
$15.
It's weird, man. It's so weird.
So it's just not known yet what the guy's deal was, but they found, I guess, an explosive device at his home, which they had to...
bomb-making materials in his car.
So, I don't know, man. It's just an unbelievable situation. But, again, we'll talk about it throughout the morning. And those are your 3 things.
Why are you staring at me?
You've kept quiet because I know you're just so angry about all of it. At everybody.
Disgusted.
Yeah. I know. It's crazy, man.
And
this is where we're at.
The hashtag you missed is not a badge of honor. The guy didn't miss. The guy killed a 50-year-old guy on national TV in front of his family. He didn't miss. Stop using it as a badge of honor, because it's not.
No,
and that guy.
That's a great point. I saw some of that, like the T-shirts that are coming out and all that.
Pissed me off for the last 48 hours.
That's what I'm saying.
And
it's
the language that people use. Stop with the MAGA and the Dems. That's part of the darn problem.
Yes, it is.
It's the language that everybody uses in the rhetoric. Yeah. But the guy didn't miss. He killed a guy on national TV in front of his family.
Yeah.
A guy who took his family to a political rally in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Not Russia, not Afghanistan, not North Korea, South Korea, China, or anybody else. A political rally in the United States of America, because it should be safe. Because the last time an attempt has been made was March 30th of 1981.
Is that Reagan? Yeah.
This is where we are. And if that doesn't sicken you, sit in the bathroom, stare at yourself, and reevaluate your life.
I like it. The other thing, too, is all the videos I've seen of people who are upset that he didn't get Trump.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
too.
You're talking about unity and everything, but the people are not. I mean, it's the same.
Someone put up a quote.
Attack.
Someone put up a quote, and I'll leave it at this. Don't lose friendships over two men who don't even know your names. It's
Right.
okay to have different political views and still maintain love and respect for each other. And that is gone. Show me the first guy that runs on a platform that wants to get rid of social media. He has my vote. Because it's been going on for 20 years, and can you honestly say we're better because of it? No, you can't.
Can we get rid of all media? Except radio.
Except radio.
Keep
We love radio.
Yeah, we love radio.
I thought you were letting it play. I thought we were jamming out. Sorry.
I was jamming out.
I was
Absolutely.
too. Can't play that, then, you know. I thought we were going with it. 7:10. It's the Morning Blitz. Nick, Kelly, Lewis.
Just FYI, we had a lot of texts about your passionate response to the assassination attempt, Lewis, and people really appreciating what you said. So I agree.
It should sicken you. And if it doesn't, you know, that's the stuff that happens in other places, not here. And it doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on. That just doesn't. We have prided ourselves on the fact that that kind of stuff doesn't happen. It's all, you know, this is where we are. And I'm sure the Civil War is imminent at some point in time.
I don't say that.
And again, to quote the line from the movie, I don't know what kind of American I am anymore. So, there we go. But on the happier things, I know we have Avatar tickets to give away in a second, but I got to give Mike Funk credit.
Okay.
And people have been jumping and sending me messages for the longest time. Remember when I talked about the Star Wars Oreos? The red is the bad guy, the blue is the Jedi.
Yeah.
So I know Sean and a bunch of people have messaged me, I got the Oreos, a lot of people are getting the red, and I'm always getting the blue. Well, Mike Funk cracked that code. And there's a number code on the side of the package. If it's an A, it's the blue cream. If it's the B, it's the red cream.
Oh.
So now when you're looking, you know what to buy. So I have not yet put this into play yet because I haven't been to the grocery store. But congrats to Mike Funk for cracking and he fired up, sent me the message. I'm like, well, damn, all right.
But now you got to buy both.
I got to buy both to try
make
it.
sure.
Because every package I bought, I've always gotten blue. I just want the red one time. So thank you for cracking the code to the Star Wars Oreos. So there we go. Now I can sleep better at night. If for no other reason. All right, Avatar tickets.
Yes. They will be at the Newport Wednesday, September 11th, part of the Blitz Fall Concert Series. Tickets are at AXS.com. If you want a pair, text Colossus to 99700. Text the word Colossus to 99700 and caller 99. You will get those tickets.
Your rock station, 99.7. The
Text
Blitz.
99.
Okay,
Sorry,
thank
text
you.
99.
Text, but call too?
No.
Okay.
Text Colossus to 99700. Text 99. We'll get the tickets.
All right.
Colossus. Can you spell it with a K?
I know. He's asking a lot of spelling.
I don't care if you spell it wrong.
At 7:13 on a Monday morning.
One person is in custody now, accused of breaking into several stores in Hilliard at the Hilliard Station Shopping Center. The man broke into Petland, police say, also Famous Footwear and a Rooster's restaurant. Police say several gerbils were recovered in the suspect's pants. His name is Michael Pancake.
It's a interesting story, that one. 7:25, the Morning Blitz. Dick, Kelly, I'm Lewis.
Isn't it actually Matthew? I thought it was Matthew Pancake.
Well, he's your friend.
He's not my...
You guys go
Yeah,
way
I got
back.
Matthew. I'm showing Matthew Pancake here.
Okay.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, so he was arrested last Tuesday, following this bizarre string of break-ins at several stores in Hilliard. Broke into a Famous Footwear. I'm sure you guys heard most of the story last week on Hilliard Road, Rome Road. Broke into a Petland store, a Rooster's restaurant. And at the Petland, he smashed windows. He let pets out. The police are trying to round them up. Did you guys see any of that? Did you see any of that body cam footage
Pretty
from
messed
that
up.
going on. Like, there was at one point, there were birds that got out. And I don't know, maybe pet birds, I don't know, do they not fly away? Because they're just, like, sitting outside on the sidewalk, not flying. They're just sitting there. There's some audio of cops trying to round them up.
Party. We're going to start trying to catch all these exotic birds.
I've never catch a bird. Yeah, I'm not a bird guy. I have no idea what to do. You got blood all over you, buddy. I don't know if you're going to bite or what. Never.
And he did.
Exactly.
He bit him. He let out an F-bomb.
I wonder if they found all of the animals, because they were still, like, they found a couple dogs, but like you said, a bunch of birds, a hamster out there, a couple bunnies, but there were still, like, bunnies, birds, ferrets still
There was a ferret missing. Yeah, I'd heard about that.
So I don't know if they ever caught those.
Now, if you saw the guy, Mr. Pancake, he was wearing a leopard print onesie, which was interesting. And he evidently, after his adventure that night, he passed out on a bench in front of the Big Lots over there, right off of
Road?
at the corner of Roberts and Hilliard Rome Road. Yeah.
Well, I mean, all that thieving
Yeah,
tires you
makes
out.
the guy tired.
Well, maybe it does. But they came up on him, and again, he was passed out on the bench when the police came up on him and arrested him.
Mr. Pancake, you're under arrest.
Don't move.
Get on your belly.
On your belly.
Get on your belly, Mr. Pancake.
On your belly.
In the name of the law, Pancake, get on your belly. What is going on? I got one hand. What the Put your other hand. What the
Other hand right here. They go on to the custody.
There's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have Maddie start that way.
Knew we'd find him.
Good job, Mr. Pancake.
Knew we'd find him eventually. Where are the gerbils?
Where are the gerbils?
Where are the gerbils? We will find them.
In case nobody mentioned it already, you're under arrest. I think we did like 7 times.
That's the gerbil man.
Crazy.
Pink/mate.
He said he was taking him for arson.
Oh, there's something missing there.
Now, did you hear that? Did you hear what the cop said right there?
About being taken in for
Yeah.
arson.
He said he was taking him for arson.
Oh, there's something missing there. What am I even arrested for? Just walking around.
Okay. Grab your hand.
My hands, I've been working all day. I've been walking.
Yeah, so he was taken in for arson the day before this. He was arrested.
So absolutely known to police here.
Absolutely known to police. And that's my connection.
The arson.
The arson.
Did you guys fire it up?
No, but the arson that he was taken in for happened next door to me. So I'm hearing about this guy before any of this ever happened. And I mean, what my neighbors have been through with him is incredible. So can we come back and talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You guys, you won't even believe how far back this goes.
Soundgarden. It's your morning blitz, 7:39. I'm Lewis. She's Kelly Quinn. That's Thick Rick. He knows the gerbil bandit.
Where are the gerbils?
Where are the gerbils?
Come on, Pancake. Where are the gerbils?
Where are the gerbils? We want the gerbils. We will get answers.
Luke said, what about the cop that said, in the name of the law, like an exorcist saying, in the name of the Lord? He's passionate.
They're talking about Matthew Pancake, who broke into a Petland, let a bunch of pets out. He broke into Famous Footwear, Roosters. Then the police arrested him on a bench where he was passed out in front of Big Lots. All in Hilliard. All in my hood.
And they mentioned in that police audio that you played that he had been arrested the day before for arson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you live next door to the arson.
Yes. So my next door neighbors, awesome people. Just awesome, great people. I could not ask for better neighbors.
Are those the ones you spy on with the drone?
Not me. Oh. But they're the ones with the pool and the 2 daughters that I've seen a drone hovering above their pool when their daughters were in the pool.
Can you see the view from the top of your house? The pool from the top of your house?
No. Well, you mean like if I'm up on the roof of my house? Probably. I've never been up there, though.
But these
Never
are
tried?
Thick Rick's famous neighbors with the pool.
Yes, that they let us use anytime we want.
Yeah.
They're just great people. And like I said, they've got these 2 daughters. Well, their daughters went to high school with Mr. Pancake. In fact, the youngest daughter actually dated him for a minute in 10th grade.
Really?
All right, this was like 12 years ago.
Let's talk about this poor guy's name. If you were saddled with the name Pancake all of your life, that's got to come with a certain level of abuse, right? Even prior to social media, there would be some abuse there. You think?
Oh, I'm sure he was probably bullied.
I'm thinking,
you know. I don't want to rip on him too hard because he's obviously dealing with some sort of mental illness.
Clearly.
But it's amazing. Kelly, do you remember last year in Hilliard, there was video that went viral of a guy who was like stealing light bulbs, and he had a tree tied to his back. That was Matthew Pancake.
Oh,
that was him too.
So this guy's a menace.
Yes, and he has been. I mean, they've seen him in our neighborhood trying to talk to little girls, give them.
Here's my question:
drugs. You know,
could the abuse over the years and bullying have led to some mental problems?
I believe it absolutely can. I believe bullying is a big part of causing mental illness in young people.
I agree. I would also go back to where I say we were better off without social media.
Yeah.
For all the defenders of social media, think about it. If you were, let's say you were picked on in school, when you went home, in most cases, unless you had a really awful home life, you could get away from some of that bullying and that being picked on. With social media, it don't go nowhere.
The guys that went to school with the dude who tried to shoot Trump said he was bullied all through high school. The Dylan and Eric, the Columbine high school killers, were bullied all through high school. You know, they wanted to blame Marilyn Manson in video games.
Right.
Okay, well, though
anyway,
we don't know
that's
if Matthew Pancake was bullied, right? We don't know that.
Well, I was told he was, you know, because they went to high school.
He was.
So,
okay.
But
sorry, I missed that part of the story.
Anyway, so it didn't last very long. When she dated, you know, it was 10th grade. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
You know, dating. How are you dating in 10th grade anyway, really? But he was obsessed with her and has been ever since, and has been stalking her ever since. They've come home to find Matthew Pancake in their pool. Other times they found him in their hot tub. You know,
he's just setting the mood.
Yeah, constantly. They would find him around the house at night sometimes, you know, trying to look in the windows.
You come over here and put some syrup on this pancake.
And it's been going on still to this day. And yeah, like I said, he's approached kids in our neighborhood, done some really strange things. Like I said, he took a light bulb out of a neighbor's outdoor light and put it in an outlet in my next door neighbor's house. How weird is that? He stole a light bulb from somebody else's house and put it in their house.
Well, maybe
they had him on cam.
Was out. And he was trying to be helpful.
I guess. Jeez.
Everybody helps in different ways.
Yeah. So every year, my neighbor's daughters, they have this big 4th of July pool party with a bunch of friends. Always a great party, tons of awesome fireworks. They do it for 2 straight hours. We sat out and watched all of them. And so this was Saturday night. So Matthew Pancake shows up. And one of the girls at the party had walked out from the pool, out from the backyard to go to her car. And she sees him in the front yard starting a fire. Like he was building a fire in the front yard of their house, my next door neighbors. This guy who had the gerbils in his pants.
Did he think perhaps maybe everybody wanted a bonfire and he was getting a head start?
I mean, it's possible. He was trying to light a fire on the front lawn. So they called the police, but he had run off before they got there. And again, with the lights, he had stole somebody else's. You know how people put the solar lights in there, light the path and stuff? They're just, you just stick them in the ground. They're just solar lights. He had stole some of those from somebody's house and left them in their yard, my next door neighbor's yard. In fact, my next door neighbor found the person who had their lights stolen and got them back to her. It's just bizarre. So anyway, the fire never got big or anything. It was put out quickly, but that's why you heard that officer in the audio say the guy had just been arrested for arson the night before. And my neighbor said he doesn't really have a home, that he lives in the woods by Griggs Reservoir, which is crazy to me. Because that's right down the street from us. And like I said, I don't want to make fun of him. He's obviously dealing with some mental illness, and he's very down on his luck. My neighbors reached their limit, though. After 12 years of this, he's been arrested multiple times. He keeps getting let go. So just this past week, all 4 of them secured restraining orders against him.
Wow.
Finally. And they don't wish trouble on him. They want him to get help.
Sound like the kind of guy who obeys a restraining
order.
order.
Well, that's the thing. And I don't know if he will, but I hope the guy gets help. But yeah, that was just, I'm like, so yeah. And then the next day, we're hearing all of this that he did, Tuesday.
Zach says that he personally knows Mr. Pancake's sister.
Oh, does he have a sister?
According to Zach.
Well, somebody dealt with his mom, I think, that texted us.
Somebody is dealing with a legal issues, they said, with his mom. I don't know.
Sounds like there's some big trouble with his family.
Yeah, I don't know what that issue, I know what we're told. I'm not going to say it because it's ongoing, so I don't want to.
Of course, the story is all over the Columbus subreddit, and people left and right were saying they knew the guy.
Yeah.
One met him at Jackson Pike about 8 years ago, they said. You've got to obviously it's all anonymous and you don't know, but
Zach says he has mental health issues his whole life, which makes sense. I mean, honestly, why do you break into a Petland and set free you know what I mean? That's either a really very juvenile prank or someone that's not quite all operating on all cylinders.
Oh my gosh, when they got him on the park bench and started finding the gerbils, I got some audio of that.
Oh God, there is
using animals. Oh, there are gerbils in there. Yeah, animal abuse.
What the heck? What the heck?
Multiple gerbils.
In his pants.
Multiple gerbils recovered.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
We're just advising that our suspect has multiple gerbils in his pants.
Okay, just warn the medics about that.
Do you have any more pets? Do you have any more gerbils on you?
Please don't tell me you put a gerbil somewhere else.
Grab my shoes.
For your safety, is there a gerbil inside you?
Oh my
Grab my
gosh.
shoes and cut further up that pant leg. And probably this one because there's in there too. I don't do rats. Mice. I don't do
It's not a rat, it's a gerbil.
One cop's like, I don't do rats, I don't do mice. Oh my gosh.
Is it me? Okay.
What? Say it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, because you might be thinking you and I may be on the same page.
Are we having a little too much fun with somebody who's dealing with
Thank
a
you.
mental illness?
That's what I thought.
Are we having a little bit of, is this like, it sounded a little too gleeful to me. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't like the laughing about please don't tell me you put a gerbil someplace else.
For your safety, is there a gerbil inside you?
Yeah, I don't. That's...
Because again, the guy
That just
clearly not all
feels
there.
gross. It doesn't feel right. I don't know. I don't envy a police officer's job. I really don't. I know that's a tough job, so I'm not. It just feels a little like inappropriate, I guess.
And I think your neighbors getting a restraining order is probably the right move.
Yeah.
But would this guy even know what that means?
I don't know.
Fully understand what that means.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, it seems like more like this guy needs to be put someplace where he can live more comfortably around other, you know what I mean, under supervision for his own safety and for the safety of others.
Safety of hamsters everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's just clearly not,
I guess, too, to the officer's defense, that would be a very weird situation. And you probably are like, what are we dealing with here? This is wild. So I understand it to an extent, but I guess Monday morning quarterbacking it, I'm like, this is a guy who's in distress, like some mental health distress here.
Yeah.
To be treated a little bit, more gently or kindly. But, whatever. I don't know.
Just reminded me of the hamster dance. Remember this? Yeah, I hear you, Kelly. That's what I said. I mean, he's always got issues. Hope he can get some help. But this was my week last week. I was all wrapped up in this pancake guy.
I mean, mind you, take him out of the equation, the line, multiple gerbils in his pants, on its own, it's kind of funny. From Ashes to New on the Morning Blitz, 7:53. Thick Kelly Lewis, good morning. And yeah.
For your safety, is there a gerbil inside you?
I played that again because Nikki Newland said, unfortunately, that was a legit question for the police officer to ask. So,
it's not the question, it was the laughing, I think. The humorous tone.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It wasn't a serious, it was, please don't tell me you have gerbils someplace else.
Someone suffering a mental health crisis, under your control and power, you are a group of authority figures and you're treating it like kind of like it's funny is now, of course, like I said, Monday morning quarterbacking it. I wasn't in the situation at the time, and I'm sure it was a wild situation to deal with. But listening to it now makes me feel like that's not great. That's not a great way to treat a person who's already arrested, already under your control.
But I will say, where it comes to the police, I do feel bad because now you're recording everything. Your body cam footage is recording everything.
You know that.
You're
you
not
should be aware
allowed.
of that.
You're not allowed to have a human reaction anymore. You're expected to react perfectly in every situation.
I got you. Exactly.
Which is
exactly.
not human in some cases.
No, I got you.
You can't help it. Everybody's laughed at a joke that nobody else laughs at. You know, everybody finds their own things funny, and that's got to be hard on that level to, you know what I mean?
But knowing the guy was asleep, like they got the guy when he was asleep. It wasn't like he was in the midst of committing some kind of heinous crime.
We don't also know that the officers knew that the guy had any kind of mental incapacity.
Well, I do think they knew that because I think he was just arrested the day before for arson or something.
Yeah. Does it say, I mean...
I think he's been in and out of jail, from what I can tell.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they knew who he was. Again, I mean, I talked about it, the viral video last fall of him with the tree attached to his back. I don't know if he was trying to use it to hide himself or what while he was stealing light bulbs out of people's houses. And yeah.
I mean, again, it's got to be tough to be a cop in 2024.
Oh, I just
Agreed.
I can't even imagine.
Agreed. I guess, again, like I said, this is complete Monday morning quarterbacking, something that, somebody has to deal with, in a split second, and it is a weird situation. Sure. I get it.
Yep.
I mean, you're expected to protect and serve and not have a sense of humor, not have any kind of emotion.
It sort of bolsters the argument that perhaps our police officers need really good mental health training.
I think we all need really good mental health training.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Let's talk about that instantly iconic image of former President Trump almost immediately after a bullet tore through the top of his ear during a campaign rally, blood streaking down his face. His fist raised in defiance, Secret Service surrounding him with the American flag in the background. Associated Press chief photographer Evan Vucci took the most widely shared photo, a perfectly framed image of an historic moment. Vucci was with 3 other photographers in the buffer area around the stage. He was on the left side, but after the shooting, ran to where he thought Trump would exit. He says the only thing he kept telling himself was slow down, compose, slow down. He said he knew he had to capture this important moment in American history and he needed to keep a level head. All 4 photographers were able to capture pictures and videos, including Times photographer Doug Mills, who caught what appears to be the stream of the bullet in the air as it whizzed by Donald Trump's head, which is a wild photo in and of itself. There were some incredible images captured that will absolutely go down in history.
Oh my gosh. And we thought his mugshot was going to be the biggest picture of the year.
Oh, it's wild. Well, an Italian sports writer and video blogger who was falsely identified on social media as the shooter who tried to kill Trump says he's filing a lawsuit today. Now, shortly after the shooting, I would say within 2 hours, there was a post on X that featured a picture of a person wearing a black hat and glasses, kind of a bigger looking Italian guy, with the text that said, "Breaking, Butler Police Department confirms the arrest of Mark Violets, identified as the Trump shooter, and a known Antifa extremist." Okay, so I guess this thing also said, before the attack, he uploaded a video on YouTube claiming justice was coming. Now, this was all fabricated by this Italian sports writer named Marco Violi, who says, since 2018, 2 individuals on X have been stalking him and harassing him. He already has legal proceedings against them because of what they've done over the last 6 years to him, including now the fact that they put his picture up and that text, posted it on X, and then it was widely shared.
Wow.
So he is planning on going after the media outlets that shared this image as well. But that's all going to go down today. He's going to be filing a lawsuit. So that'd be crazy to be named. And things are so wild after a giant event like that and all the weird misinformation out there. But this guy's not going to put up with it.
Again, within 10 minutes of the shooting, the word staged was trending on social media. Like, just incredible. Because people thought it was staged. And then when they found out, they realized it was real.
Yeah. Well, moving on to another big happening over the weekend, I would say in the celebrity world, they say celebrity deaths come in threes. And indeed, we got 3 big celebrity deaths over the weekend. Actress Shannon Doherty died of cancer on Saturday at the age of 53. She was best known for the wildly popular 90s TV show Beverly Hills 90210. Then fitness guru Richard Simmons.
He's dead.
Thank you. He was found dead in his Los Angeles home on Saturday morning at age 76. It is believed he died of natural causes. He was actively tweeting, by the way, stories upon stories over the last months of his life. And it's been very interesting. And I do believe he was planning to write a book about his life. So it was very shocking to see that I don't know if it was a timed or scheduled post or what, but he posted maybe moments before he was found dead. Very strange happening with Richard Simmons over the weekend.
They're wondering if Pauly Shore is going to continue on with this biopic.
Oh, I guess he doesn't have to worry about Richard Simmons' approval anymore.
No.
Yeah, Richard Simmons says he wanted to tell his own story.
Right.
That was his deal. So he was telling some of his stories on Twitter. TV sex expert Dr. Ruth Westheimer, better known as just Dr. Ruth.
She's dead.
She's dead at the age of 96, ripe old age of 96. And those are your 3 things.
8:12 on the Morning Blitz with Vic, Kelly, and Lewis, and a chance for you to go to the Ohio State Fair. 4-pack of tickets up for grabs. The fair happening July 24th through Sunday, August the 4th. Pig races and more happening, and we've got your shot to go right now. If you text the word FAIR, F-A-I-R, to 99700, what number you want to take?
Kelly?
Number 39.
Text number 39, text FAIR to 99700, and you'll get a 4-pack of tickets to the Ohio State Fair. Perfect Circle on the Morning Blitz, 823. I would be Lewis. He's Thick Rick. That's Kelly Quinn. Back at it on a Monday. And a hot one today. 96 plus. Gonna feel that. Make sure you water your pets and your old people. Congrats to Peggy Hatfield from C-Bus. She's got a pair of tickets to the Ohio State Fair. Enjoy that. Actually, a 4-pack of tickets to the Ohio State Fair. I stand corrected. Enjoy your 4-pack of tickets. Enjoy the fair, Peggy Hatfield.
Pig races. That's our thing. That's the Blitz thing.
Pig races?
The pig races. Yeah, and they do them like 4 times a day.
Get there early, too, because when I tell you the crowds are wild around those pig races sometimes... Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That's a hot tip from me. Get there early.
3 different breeds of pigs racing.
You got a favorite?
It's hardcore.
I have no idea. They do that over at Kittyland.
Do they?
The pig races, yeah. So if you're looking for them, that's where you will find us.
I wonder how many pigs are roided up. Anybody ever get popped for fail? Any pig ever get popped for failing a test?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, they test for everything else. Are you testing pigs?
Right.
Just saying.
Well, there's a lot on the line there.
There is.
What do you get if your pig wins?
A gift certificate, probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
A little bit of money.
It's just for fun, I think.
Do you bet on them? Can you bet since there's gambling now?
Oh, there's gambling on everything. You've got to be able to bet on a pig race.
Can I go look at the pigs before the race?
That's
like I can the horses at a horse race?
And then if you win, you can choose anything above the chiclets or below the erasers.
Say it. That one looks roided out. Put 30 on him.
All right. So last Saturday, my sister had her 4th of July party down in Nashville. She's got a piece of land down there. We went down there. Kelly, do you guys have a pole barn?
No.
Oh, you don't?
We don't.
I thought maybe because it seems like everybody's got a lot out in the country has a pole barn.
No, we do not have a pole barn.
I want one. That is like the greatest thing.
You can hold hoe downs and dances in a pole barn.
Oh my gosh,
no,
man.
we don't have one.
It's the best thing. I mean, you can keep everything in there.
I thought you have a Dallas Cowboy shed for that.
I can't put my boat in there. You know how big a pole barn is? You can put multiple vehicles in the pole barn. My brother-in-law,
what size pole barn you build.
He's got an office and gaming room in the pole barn. He's got a weightlifting area in the pole barn. He's got a car lift. He can do anything, any kind of work on a car in there. Multiple vehicles.
So his wife shoved him out into the pole barn, is what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm just saying they have one, and I really want. Because, it's almost like a farm. I mean, they got chickens and ducks and stuff down there.
Secretly, I bet Heather wants you to have a pole barn, too.
Probably. She wants me to stay in the pole barn. Anyway, so we were there, and my sister and her friend started talking about they went to a bar in Grove City, and I'm sure somebody will text in the name. I cannot say the name on the air just because I wasn't there, and I cannot 100% say, yes, I saw this with my own eyes. But I do believe my sister when she tells me she grew up in Grove City. Everybody knows my sister down in Grove City. And,
everybody knows Big Sister and Grove City.
Hey, I
didn't mean it like that.
I was trying not to go there, and you went there.
Jamie, don't. I didn't say that.
For the
her name
record,
is Jamie Thompson. Well, her maiden name.
Come from me.
What's your maiden name?
Her maiden name is Jamie Thompson. She is Jamie Costenbatter now. But
everybody loves Jamie.
Yes,
we know
they
that.
do.
We know that.
For a good
Lewis.
Kidding.
Her husband was in the Navy, and he's large. And I don't mean fat. You better be careful. Anyway, she and her friend were telling me this little story about a bar they went to in Grove City that I'm very familiar with. I know we've done things as the Blitz. We've done things at this bar. And
this is a big build-up. What is happening at this bar?
She goes, did you know it's a swingers club? I go, what? She goes, only after 1 a.m. I said, what are you talking about? She said, after 1 a.m., things happen. And I said, she goes, if you go in there, and you're there from like 11 to 1, all of a sudden you will see pineapple slices in certain people's drinks. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Now I need to know the name of the bar because I have to read reviews.
Somebody's going to text it in. And people who know, I promise you there are people down there that will know who they have to.
Did you have a pineapple slice in your drink?
I did. Not when I was there.
The bummer is I love pineapple. That is the bummer, but I'm not interested in anything like that.
You know, the wrong bar down with the pineapple.
Yeah, my gosh.
What's up, babe?
But here, I've known about this place for a long time. I know who.
You didn't know they were getting down after 1 a.m.
Ronnie Hunter's done events there.
Oh, now don't you besmirch the good name of Ronnie Hunter.
They were never the events were never after 1 a.m. Now, I don't know if she hung out. Great, but I'm just saying.
Now Ronnie and Johnny are walking around at the Grove City Swingers Club with pineapples in their drinks.
Oh, you guys, I'm sorry.
But I just could not believe this as I'm hearing this story. And I'm like, I want to talk about this on the air, but I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah, you better not say the name. I agree with you on that, but you do need to tell me so I can read some reviews.
I will tell you off air.
And then people can figure it out from there.
Yes.
So is that the thing? The pineapple in the drink. That's the thing?
Well, yeah, because
that's the code word.
And if you're going through the grocery store and somebody has a pineapple upside down in their grocery cart, that's a sign. It's all, but
they like dessert?
I don't know why pineapple became so involved. I have no idea what the connection is.
It's the shape of the pineapple.
The swing. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't know. I do not frequent. Hang on.
Boom. Molly Sarvino knew it in a heartbeat. She nailed it. So there you go, Kelly.
Travis
she said everyone in Grove City knows this.
Travis said, I'm a swinger and I go to one of the clubs in Seabus, and believe it or not, it's actually a blast. Travis, you have pineapple in your drink? So if I ordered a Corona, keep the lime. Throw a pineapple in that bad boy. Doesn't...
Now, Molly, do they have a back room? I'm just curious. Like a private back room? Because I didn't know all the details. I just know after 1 a.m., man. Kelly's looking it up here.
Well, they get good reviews.
Are there reviews regarding swinging?
Let's see here. We have somebody who accidentally went after midnight, and they gave a 1-star review.
If there are reviews about it being a swingers place and it's like out there, like Molly said, everyone in Grove City knows this.
So if it's not one of those, it's not getting those type of reviews where if you're taking a classy lady, you don't bring her there.
Right. This isn't Dayton, man.
Right.
It mostly gets 3 stars or above. But there are the odd 2 and 1 star reviews. I'll have to see what they're saying.
Molly said it's Williams now. Molly, you got married. I think I saw that on your Facebook page. All right, Molly, I will change you in the text. Congratulations, by the way.
Did you head to the club?
No, I didn't go to the club. I just couldn't believe it because I've known this place for
okay, here's the difference between you and me. So you're at an event, and all of a sudden, a bar or club comes up in the event. They tell you it's a swingers club. You have the opportunity to go do some field research, and you pass.
Well, I couldn't that night.
Why?
Well, first of all, he's married, Lewis.
He didn't have to go alone. I wasn't asking him to go alone.
I don't know.
There is one person in this room who's not married who could do the field research.
I was not aware that field research needed to be done. Besides, I recapped my account with the old people that were swinging in the bar that I was in. I did field research.
That happened when you were there. You had no idea you were doing field research.
But I still sat there, had a drink, and observed so I could document. You had the opportunity to go research a swingers club, and you passed.
Everybody's texting. You got to tell us the name. You got to tell us the name.
I mean, listen, they get great reviews. I'm telling you, I'm really can't find a sour review other than somebody not liking the strength of their drink and somebody else having some issue with another patron. That's it.
Right.
I'm not finding anything.
All right.
About this situation after 1 a.m.
Molly said they were there on New Year's Eve one night. That's how they found out. Someone told us they didn't participate.
Right.
Huh.
A couple people say, "Are you short-staffed?" Because it took forever for us to get our stuff. That's it.
All right.
I mean, and that's who cares.
Well, people are texting and asking, and I will tell you, a lot of other people are texting and they know. We've had several people text in the correct answer.
So here's my question,
Craig. Yes, you were right.
If we put together our Morning Blitz karaoke tour, do we end the night there, even though there's no karaoke there?
Yes, we have to do that. Right? That's perfect.
Just for field observation?
That's perfect.
We get the people that participate, so be it. If not, that's cool. We all have stories.
I'm tired of your goddamn rock and roll, anything goes lifestyle.
This is your Blitz Rock Rundown, the Monday morning edition. Rock and roll!
Tess in for the Blitz Rock Rundown, 841. It's Dick, Kelly, Lewis, and thank you, Jay, for explaining the meaning of pineapple statues on people's porches.
How about that?
By the way, everybody's dying to know what this place is in Grove City that supposedly turns into a swingers club after 1 a.m. I'm not going to say the first name, but it is a tap room.
Tap room has a whole new meaning after 1.
And then Mike Funk texted in because I was reading reviews. It says, not a good thing to be short-staffed at a swingers club.
Nope.
But no, Jay said that it started in World War II when all the men got drafted and went off to the war, and man's wife, home alone for a long time, she put a pineapple on her porch to let people know, hey.
I wonder why pineapple.
I don't know.
Now, Vic says you were at this establishment.
No, she was at my sister's when I was told about this.
I've never been there.
Okay, I didn't know.
I wonder about the pineapple in the drink thing. Shouldn't there be another fruit? Like, I just wanted pineapple in my drink. Here's another fruit that says, no, I'm not a swinger.
Yeah, you do need kind of an offset there.
Right? Like, what about a cherry?
Well, I think if you don't have the pineapple.
I don't think so.
Oh, no. Oh,
that is the absolute worst thing to add on to that, Tess.
Right? She's got a cherry and a pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Next thing you'll say, put a pickle on there.
Oh, my gosh.
Why not a pickle?
But yeah, I think as long as if they don't have a pineapple, then they're not in on it.
I like pineapples, so I need something that tells people no.
So does Tyler know?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we've had a couple of texts, and Kelly said that this is ruining the awesome fruit of pineapple for them.
Yeah. You learn things.
Mm-hmm. All right, you want to get into the rundown?
Let's do it.
All right, let's
tap this thing.
Jeez.
Let's talk about Seether. They have finally announced that their 9th album, The Surface Seems So Far, drops on September 20th. And they released their first single. It's called Judas Mind.
Here's a clip.
So, can I say what's cool about Seether? They took the interview that Ronnie and I did with them at Sonic Temple and reposted it and put it on their site and put it on their socials.
Oh, that's awesome.
When they were talking about their new album. Because we had talked to Sean. We were talking about new albums and the new music that was coming out and everything. I thought it was kind of cool that they took that clip that we did from Sonic and used that.
That is sweet.
I saw we get a lot of requests for that song.
Yeah.
The new Seether. Yeah.
It's good.
Seeing a lot of texts coming in.
Well, Ronnie posted it at theblitz.com. Seether's going to tour in support of the new album on a fall co-headline tour with Skillet. Starts in September, but no Ohio dates. All right, let's talk
just
about...
here.
Yeah,
at Sonic,
true.
So.
I didn't get to see him.
Sounds
So it's all
great.
about me. Let's talk about Highly Suspect now. They just shared another track from their upcoming album, As Above, So Below. Comes out on July 19th. That's this Friday, isn't it? Yeah, that's this Friday.
Yep.
And the new single that they dropped, the 8th of October to August 17th.
That's the title?
Yep.
Now I will cover both of my eyes before I'd watch you walk away. You saved my whole life. Ain't gonna give it up this time.
That was quite a change.
Yeah. The first single sounded similar to this too.
Yeah.
Kind of bluesy. And it
What was
reminds me
that
a
called?
little bit of...
Summertime Voodoo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the 8-minute long song.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Kings of Leon.
Little Kings of Leon there.
So I'm not crazy. Cool. I posted the song at theblitz.com, and Highly Suspect is playing it louder than life down in Louisville, Kentucky, Thursday, September 26th.
Have I been saying that wrong all this time?
What?
Kings of Leon? It's Leon?
Kings of Leon?
Leon. I don't know.
The French
Leon.
say Leon.
You put the emphasis on the on. I put it on the Lee.
Leon. Now I'm
Well, but yeah, that's
second-guessing
just the
myself.
way that's the way you speak, though. Kings of Leon.
No, it's Kings of
They
Leon.
got a new song
You
coming
said
out this
you guys
Thursday.
both said Kings of Leon.
Leon.
I was just curious.
Leon.
I
The
just wanna make
French,
sure I'm
the
saying
French say Leon.
it. Leon.
All right, let's talk about Jelly
Ponce
Roll.
de Leon. Yeah. Who we going to talk about now?
Jelly Roll. So they settled that lawsuit where the band Jelly Roll, with no space in the name, claimed that they've had the name trademarked since 2019.
Oh, there's a band called Jelly Roll?
Yep.
They're a
You
wedding
remember
band.
this?
Wedding band.
Yeah. They called themselves a party band. They said they've had it trademarked since 2019, and even though singer Jelly Roll's mom used it as a nickname for him, his real name's Jason DeFord, his surge in popularity cut into Jelly Roll the band's ability to get their name out there. Well, they can coexist now because they've come to an amicable agreement and settled the lawsuit.
Does that mean he paid them?
That's the only thing I can think of because there were no details other than that. I mean, how else would you settle outside of money?
You said they were one word.
Yep.
Their band name. Mm-hmm. That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Because, I mean, like jelly and roll are two of the most common food names out there. So,
We look forward to our continued use of the name in connection with our party band business.
all right.
That's the quote they put out there. All right, let's talk about Josh Klinghoffer. He is the ex-Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist and current touring guitarist for Pearl Jam, and he is being sued for wrongful death, stemming from a car accident back in March in California.
Oh, wow.
The suit claims that Josh was driving his black SUV when he made a left turn and ran into 47-year-old Israel Sanchez, who was walking in the crosswalk. And it was dragged across the asphalt and sustained blunt force trauma to his head, died a few hours later.
Jeez.
The suit claims that Josh didn't even tap his brakes when he was going into the crosswalk and that he was driving distracted. Now, TMZ has video of the whole thing, and it's really hard to watch.
I'll bet.
And after it happened, you can see Josh get out of the car. He's on the phone with 911. He walks over to the guy, and then he runs back to the car. Now, police haven't made any arrests in the case, and he's being sued for negligence and wrongful death, and the man's family's going after him for damages. But his attorney says that he's cooperating with police and that it was purely a tragic accident.
I'm sure it was, but, if somebody's at fault for that, they're going to get sued every time.
Yep. It doesn't look like alcohol or any drugs were involved at all, so that's good. Just unfortunate. That's all I got. Blitz Rock Rundown, yep.
All right.
That's insane.
Man, that ended on a sad note.
I know. I just realized, I'm like, I should have put the music last.
That's all right.
It's a bummer.
Way to bring down the room. Okay.
Story of my life.
Well, we will see you again next Monday morning.
Okay. Sounds good. Bye.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
The Republican National Convention is getting underway today against the backdrop of an attempt on former President Donald Trump's life during a rally over the weekend. Trump landed in Milwaukee yesterday with no word yet on who he'll put forward as his running mate. The event runs through Thursday and will see more than 50 speakers. Now, Trump is explaining his thought process following the assassination attempt against him. As he was on his way to Milwaukee aboard his 757, he spoke with reporters about the harrowing ordeal in detail. He talked about how in a split second his head was at the perfect angle as to not suffer a fatal bullet wound. Of course, with acknowledgement to the man who did suffer a fatal bullet wound, which was an absolute tragedy, and 2 others who remain in the hospital. Now, in an interview with the Washington Examiner, Trump said he insisted on getting up to his feet and wanted to raise his fist because he said he had to let people know that he's okay and that we're okay. He went on to add that the reality of the event was just beginning to set in for him. He had not quite processed it all. Obviously, be processing that for the rest of your life. He showed reporters a deep red and black bruise on his right arm where Secret Service agents grabbed him and then just held him there to stay down on the ground as they were, determining what was going on with the shooter. He said, obviously, you have to be pretty strong to hold someone down like that, right, and to have that deep of a red and black bruise. He said he wanted to return to the microphone, but he said, he knew he'd just been tagged by a bullet. He needed to get off the stage, but he said it was such a surreal experience that it's kind of this weird, like, what do I, where do I keep talking? Like that kind of weird, I don't exactly, I haven't processed it yet to make the right decision, but he, obviously did go off the stage, had that iconic picture taken. And then when asked if this event would change his campaign, he said, yes, absolutely yes. He said, in fact, this is changing his speech that he had planned for the Republican National Convention. He said he already had a speech written that was, he's called it an unbelievable rip-roarer. He said it was a brutal and really, really good and tough. But he threw the whole thing out. He said, I'm not going to just get out there and go wild about how horrible everybody is. He said, it's time for unification, for us to unify, for us to, come together. And he said, that is what I'm focusing on right now, not ripping people up, but bringing us together. So I thought that was an interesting little angle there about this experience. It's a big angle that is absolutely changing the course of his campaign right now.
You're talking about him raising his fist. It reminds me, every time a football player goes down and they have to bring out a stretcher and everybody's waiting for him to raise his hand up so they know he's okay.
He's okay,
and
yeah.
So I get
let
that.
Your people know. Yeah. Very interesting. Let's see here. Governor Mike DeWine and Ohio First Lady Fran DeWine, they are both delegates. They're headed to the Republican National Convention. Well, they're already in Milwaukee, actually. Interesting thing is Governor DeWine approved extra security for J.D. Vance, Senator J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance requested extra security over the weekend after the shooting, and he was granted extra security. So that was a bit of an interesting tidbit there.
What about RFK Jr.? He doesn't have Secret Service, right?
I don't know.
I don't think he does.
I think there has to be, some level of... I don't quite know. Maybe he's got somebody, maybe he doesn't. He might not have Secret Service. He certainly should have security, but I don't know if it's Secret Service provided.
Do they, because he's an independent, not give him?
No, I think that... I can't even speak to it. I'm sorry.
I don't know how it works.
I know since Trump is a former president, he gets detail the rest of his life.
Right.
And obviously Joe Biden has detail. RFK...
Yeah, I didn't know.
I don't know.
You're a candidate.
Right.
You have to pull at a certain level.
That's what I think so. Just like you can only go to the debate if you pull at a certain level. Yeah, I think it's the same way.
Because I don't even think he doesn't get briefed on everything as an independent that's that far down in the race. You're not going to give national secrets to somebody who's most likely not even remotely going to come close. So, I mean, I would imagine that there's only so many resources to go around.
Though I don't know, that may change for him too, because it's not campaigning is not for the weak,
right?
Especially with what we saw Saturday. It's a dangerous game. They were talking about how President Obama, when he was campaigning in 2008, how he was surrounded by bulletproof glass all the time.
Yeah,
and that they'll definitely. I mean, you think they're going to have to enact something like that for Biden and Trump.
I'm surprised after the incident in Vegas that was open air at the Jason Aldean show.
Oh, the country concert, yeah.
With the, you go back to the Kennedy assassination. I'm surprised they allow any of them to speak in an open air format like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You certainly think about that twice now. That's for sure.
Josh Texan said RFK Jr. applied for Secret Service security and was denied.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they are legally bound to provide Secret Service for someone who's not a president, former president, or even, a candidate with a chance to win.
Well, I guess tying this all together, and we spoke about this a couple hours ago, but there are significant questions about what security lapses allowed this 20-year-old shooter who was dressed in camouflage and carrying a rifle in public at this outside the rally to be able to climb up a ladder up the side of this nearby business with no questions asked and open fire.
There's a lot of questions being asked now.
Absolutely. And we've all seen the interview with the guys, plural, who saw the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, on the roof, and we're trying to alert Secret Service. We're trying to alert police officers. We're talking and yelling about someone on the roof with a gun. So these are questions that do need to be answered by Secret Service. This guy was on a rooftop less than 500 feet from a former president campaigning for office.
Yeah, the guy you're talking about is Greg Smith.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building, 50 feet away from us. We're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof. He had a rifle. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. He's crawling. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
Yeah, I guess a total of 8 shots before he was shot himself and killed. So
you go back and listen, and you hear the first ones that you hear quickly, and then there's a pause, and then you hear the last one, and now going back, that was the shot that took him out.
Yeah, yep, you know what that was. Let me just finish this all up. I know we're running very late on time. You cannot write a check to buy anything at Target anymore as of today. No more checks. You can't write a check. I don't know who writes checks anymore, but people do, and they say it slows up the line. So they're not accepting checks anymore. I thought that was a little bit interesting and wanted to pass it along, and those are your 3 things.